All right, today's gonna be a really quick video. I've had a couple people ask me about how to reduce noise in their images and photos and renders, so I thought I would make a quick video about it. This video is gonna be broken down into two main pieces. Part one is gonna be actually getting rid of the noise, and part two is how to avoid getting noise in the first place. I don't wanna waste anybody's time, so let's get on the computer. First off, I just opened up this image that I took of my mouse. It's disgusting, ignore it, but it's super duper noisy. I believe the ISO was set to 1600, pretty high. And if we zoom in, you can see how just noisy and gross this is and all this like, ew. First of all, I'm just gonna duplicate my original layer just so we have the original piece, close it with the second layer, the copy selected. I'm gonna go to Filter, Camera Raw Filter, open it up and go to the Detail tab. Now, if you have an older version of Photoshop, you're going to open up Camera Raw and there's going to be different tabs. They recently updated everything, and I believe at the top there's these two little triangles, and that's the Detail tab. There's a whole bunch of information here. Close sharpening, you don't need that at the moment. And then with noise reduction, you're just going to crank that up. And you can see what it's doing already. Instead of this really grainy image here, as we crank up the noise reduction, you can see it's cleaning it up a little bit. Now we can come in here and adjust these other sliders to kind of get rid of these weird marks, like this grain on top of it. But it's not grain, it's gross. That's what it is. And as we move back out, you can see we kind of lose detail here, so maybe not such high noise reduction. We don't need very much, maybe here. And we can go into the color noise reduction also, maybe that a little bit. And then we can open up sharpening again. Quick tip, if you hold Alt and slide the masking up, it'll actually show you a mask of where you're trying to sharpen. I like that. I'm just gonna raise the sharpening on that less. Ignore the disgustingness of this photo. We can do a quick temperature change and maybe like, I don't know, something just to make it not so gross. Once again, it's just in the Detail tab. You come down here and you adjust and you play with these sliders until you get something that makes sense. Zoom in a little closer. Maybe I want to bring the color noise reduction down. I tend to find that I raise this the most, but it will muddy up your image, so you have to be careful of that. You see how it just like just blurbs everything together and there's just blurry. Yeah, it's not super good. It's okay. It doesn't look good at all. Bad photo, but it sets the example. Now, once we've committed those changes, we can just zoom in way in here and double check what this looks like. I mean, like that's awesome. Totally works. Now for part two of this video. If you already figured it out, you don't need it anymore, you can leave. You're not interested in why this happens, you can go ahead and leave the video now. But if you want to understand how to avoid noise in the future, and that's it, then watch. So the main reason noise happens is you have your camera's sensor is picking up light, right? It's kind of like an antenna for radio waves, but for light waves. That's the way I like to think about it. And you have your setting on your camera called your ISO. And when your ISO is set high, it's like having your volume all the way up on a channel that doesn't exist on the radio, and you get all that, it's like really gross and annoying. Essentially what you're doing is brightening up the image artificially. Now you can do that a little bit and that's fine. However, I wouldn't go too high with it. I feel like it really ruins images. And if you like the grainy effect, then shoot a low ISO and add grain later. That's pretty much it. If you like that, leave a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. Maybe even a sub, that'd be really cool. I've never asked for something like that before, but it'd be really great if you did. Also, I have a link to my website in the description where you can look at all my photos. Obviously, it's my gallery and everything, but I have a store there where you can pick up prints. And I think it would be really cool if you went and checked it out. You don't have to buy anything, but you can buy like a digital copy for like $1 and use it as like a background if you want. It'd be really cool. There's also a version of this tutorial in Word form. So if that works better for you to read things rather than video, then you can go ahead and save that or bookmark it or something so that you can use it later. Also in the description is a link to my vlog channel. You might find that entertaining. Anyway, thanks for watching. It's really hot in this room and I'm dying, so I'm gonna leave. And I hope you enjoyed the video.